The Colts just traded Carson Wentz to the Washington Commies 1 year after they spent multiple picks, including a first rounder. Thank you, Indianapolis, for that first round draft pick. Oh, all you Wentz fans that went out, had to get your Colts gear right away. How you like rocking that now? That's gonna look real good. Anyway, guys like me kept it real and told you, this guy who his final season with the Eagles, he was either last or within the top three from last in every QB metric there is to measure a quarterback. And I told you, it doesn't matter who your wide receivers are, it doesn't matter who your O-line is. If you're even a halfway decent quarterback in this league, you aren't going to look like one of the worst. Now, did last season, did he look like one of the worst QBs in the league on the Colts? No, he didn't. But he also played on a team that had more Pro Bowl players than anyone else in the entire league. And by the way, can someone remind me real quick, who did the Colts end up losing to in the playoffs? Someone please remind me. Please remind me real quick. Someone please, because I keep trying to think of who it was, and I draw a blank. Who did the Colts lose to in the playoffs? Oh, that's right, they didn't get there. Oh. Because Carson Wentz, when the pressure's put on him, he sinks. He sinks. He plays on mud. And when that pressure gets on his shoulders, he sinks into the mud and gets swallowed up. He had to face the mighty, gigantic Jacksonville Jaguars, who, might I add, have the worst record in the entire league, are getting the number one pick in the draft, even if they won that final game against the Colts, which they did. Carson Wentz decides to have his worst game of the entire season and show you who he was. And Irsay was like, you know what? We're done with this. This guy's just got to go. We'd rather have anyone else. So to any of you Wentz loyalists out there, what's your excuse going to be for him now besides he's a nice guy? He's a nice guy. He's a chummy guy. He's a guy I like to go hunting with. Okay, other than that, what else is he? Because he's not a good quarterback. You can't say that because that would be a lie. That would be like saying the Dallas Cowboys won the Super Bowl last year, which is just as much as an outright lie. But anyway, just thank you for that first round pick, Indianapolis. Like, Irsay has got to be fuming that Frank Reich, and believe me, Frank Reich was the guy who ultimately got Carson Wentz into Indianapolis. Irsay's got to be like, you know what, Frank, you better get your butt into the playoffs and win at least a round, or else you're going to be bouncing out here too. You can go play for whoever it would take you. But anyway, sorry, the kid's on my lap here. Just wonderful. Just wonderful. And the fact that he has to play the Eagles now 2 times a year. Oh my gosh, if he didn't have anxiety before, and I'm not trying to make a joke of anxiety or mental illness or anything like that. I'm just trying to say that this guy just isn't cut to be a pressure player in this league. And again, he could go do some other line of work if the anxiety gets to him that bad, which it clearly does. And again, I'm not trying to make fun of him for that. I'm just stating what it is. How much more do you need to see of this guy sinking in big moments? Anyway, have fun in Washington. And again, it's not like I think he's going to play that bad. He's just not going to be that good. And that's always what my point was with the guy. That's why I didn't blink for a second when they shuffled him out of here for a first round pick, a first and a third round pick. Yeah, absolutely. Easy. The dumbest GM in the league could have made that trade decision. Anyways, good luck, Indianapolis. Good luck, Washington. And good luck, Carson Wentz. It's like, I have no love lost for him. I'm just telling you, I call it as I see it, and I see him as just not a prime time player. He is just not going to be that guy. He never was going to be. And honestly, his run up to the Super Bowl, Nick Foles, both those quarterbacks were the beneficiaries of the best all-around team that was on the field. And that's what happened. So, oh boy, I was stunned because I honestly thought the Colts were going to give him another year because Frank Reich brought him in, and that was his decision, that Irsay was going to say, like, you got one more year to let this kid prove to be the guy. But man, it turns out Irsay was just like, no, we're done. The end. Goodbye, Carson Wentz. Again. That is all.